Hello, Kesti here, Design Concept Manager at Fun Stamper's Journey, and I'm very excited to share a product spotlight with you today featuring our True Color Fusion inks. Super excited about showing you a few little tips and tricks. As you can see, we've pulled out a palette of inks here, and I do want to point out that I have these inks in pairs. So the project I'm going to show you is going to be some blending techniques. So I've pulled Cool Pool and Turbo Teal. So again, same shade, just two different, darknesses. Pretty Amethyst is going to match Grape Fusion. Again, Pineapple Smoothie, Summer Days. And then down here I have Sweet Pear with Limeade Splash. So I'm going to be using these in groups of 2. So you guys got that. And here's a few other cute little things I'm going to be using. First of all, I really want to talk about these guys. This is our True Color Fusion ink sponge. So it is formulated to especially work with our inks. Because I am kind of thrifty, what I'm going to do, because I'm using all the different shades of ink, I'm going to cut this little guy right into quarters. Just get a little more mileage out of your sponge. The main surface of the sponge I want to use when blending ink is this little curved edge. So that right there is plenty of surface area for me to capture on my ink pad. Make sense? Heck yeah! Just got 4 sponges out of 1. I love that. And I'm also going to be using the stained glass stencil with this project. This is just one of our many stencils, has a really nice, pretty pattern. And I've got one here that I've already inked up. So we'll save the pretty one in the packaging for there. Let me grab my whipped cream cardstock. So this is just a panel of whipped cream cardstock. I'm going to place it under the stencil. And I bet you smarty pants viewers can figure out what I'm going to do already. I'm just going to take, let's start with this grouping. I'm going to take my Pineapple Smoothie and my Summer Days. And I'm actually going to use the same sponge for both, but I'm going to kind of do Summer Days here and Pineapple Smoothie here. So I'm going to gather up a little bit of Summer Days, and then I'm going to just start rubbing it right through the stencil. One of the great things about the Color Fusion ink is that it's blendable because it is not a straight up water-based dye ink. Those of you who watched Richard's video know that our True Color Fusion is an awesome blend of pigment and dye ink. And because of that fact, it allows us to do a little blending that you probably wouldn't get as good results with a straight up dye ink. So I love that. So again, Summer Days, and then I'm just going to go the other side of my sponge and grab up some Pineapple Smoothie and start blending that right in here. You can definitely see that it's the lighter look, and that's exactly what I'm going for. I'll work that in there. Then I come back maybe with a little more Summer Days and kind of work those together. I'll give you a little sneak peek preview before I go to my next color. If I can pick up the stencil without moving it. So pretty, right, already? You can kind of see where I'm going. I love it. Let's grab out these 2 guys. And once you've picked out your color palette, there's really no right or wrong on which colors you do first, second, or third. I'm starting with my lighter color first this time. Make sure my hand's out of the way here. So Sweet Pear all up in the corner here. And then again, go to the other side of my sponge and add in some Limeade. Again, the curved part of my sponge is allowing me to get the ink right in the cracks of that stencil and just blend those 2 together. Another comment about the sponges too. The sponges do not absorb a ton of your ink, and that's a good thing. If you're going to use a dauber or some other tool when doing this technique, the dauber is going to grab up a lot more of the ink. The sponges are specially formulated to just grab up just enough ink on the surface of the sponge to allow you to do that really fun blending. So good tip about the ink. All right, so I'm not going to do all my colors. We'll get back to these 2. You can see how pretty it's coming along. To finish my card, I used, again, Turbo Teal and Cool Pool, Pretty Amethyst and Grape Fusion together. And then I topped it up with this really simple sentiment, you are enough. Even though you can't have enough ink pads, you are enough of a crafter to do this really simple technique, right? You guys got this, huh? Let me show you the finished project. One tip about your ink pads too that I just want to share with you, always put the lids on. Like right away, as soon as you're done with your inking, put the lid on. Number one, if you're a messy crafter like me, you won't accidentally drop your project into the ink, but you also want to just keep the lids on all the time. It just makes your ink last a lot longer. Okay, so back to the finished project. Here it is, isn't this pretty? So you can see my stenciling that I started right here. And again, we went into our cool pool, turbo teal, and then the pretty purples at the top. So can you guys see the pretty little sparkle? I just have to kind of share that. Yes, it's our sparkle silk. We just flicked a little sparkle silk on it for that last finishing touch. This card really doesn't need anything else to make it just amazing. So fun, right? I know you guys are gonna have a blast coming up with your own color combinations of true color fusion, and I'm excited to see the projects you create. If you are interested in these projects or anything else, you can visit us on the website at www.funstampersjourney.com for lots of inspiration or to find a coach near you.